The grass court swing has officially started and we're travelling over to London now for the tournament before Wimbledon. That's right, Queen's Club, and we've got Carlos Alcaraz in the draw as he's the reigning, defending champion. And before we go anywhere, make sure you've hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get stuck into this Queen's Club draw. And we always start off with the previous champions. And we can see Carlos Alcaraz last year defeated Alex de Minaur in the final 6-4, 6-4. And Alcaraz really started to show his grass court pedigree coming into Wimbledon, where he obviously won that as well. It's a really interesting tournament. You can see big servers normally do well here. Berrettini back-to-back champions in 2022 and 2021. Marin Cilic there. Feliciano Lopez in 2019 and in 2017. And Andy Murray, the 5-time champion. He'll be in the draw as well. Well, let's just have a look at the draw. Let's get straight into it. Carlos Alcaraz, the number 1 seed, and he will be facing Francisco Cerundolo in the first round. Not an easy first round matchup. Cerundolo been in fantastic form this year and is really good on the grass as well. So that's not an easy first round matchup for Alcaraz. And then you could have a potential Jack Draper in the second round. He's facing Navone, who we know is a great clay courter. Not sure what his pedigree on grass is like. Going down, having a look through this section, looking at some of the seeds here. We've got Tommy Paul in there. Grigor Dimitrov, that was another name that I didn't mention. He's a 2014 champion. He's playing Manarino there. We've got Korda Hachanov, TFO, Ugo Humbert, another really good grass court player. I'm interested to see how Analdi does there. And we've got de Minaur on the other side, facing Musetti first round. Shelton, that'll be a really interesting person to see on the grass courts because we know that big serve, it translates very well on this surface. And we have Holger Rune also in this tournament facing Jordan Thompson. This is who all of the top seeds are facing. Alcaraz Cerundolo, de Minaur Musetti, Dimitrov Manarino, Fritz versus a qualifier, Tommy Paul versus Bias. We've got Shelton versus a qualifier, Rune versus Thompson, and Humbert versus Arnaldi. And if you're looking out for the Brits, this is who they are all playing. Jack Draper playing Navone. Cam Norrie, terrible draw for Cam Norrie there. He's got Milos Raonic. I mean, it doesn't get much worse on a grass court, I have to admit. He was the finalist here in 2016. He has been a Wimbledon finalist before as well. Terrible draw. Nakashima Evans, I mean, that's a tough one as well for Dan Evans. Andy Murray gets a qualifier. Come on, Andy. Let's see if we can get a bit more form back on the grass. I'm hoping we get to see Andy at least go through that match. And Billy Harris, he's up against Thomas Martin Echeverry, who has a very big serve. That could be a tough one for the Brit. Let's have a look at Alcaraz's draw. And it is, well, it's not the easiest, is it? I mean, there's quite a few good players in this tournament. We've got Cerundolo there round 1, Draper round 2, Tommy Paul or Fokina in the quarterfinals, Dimitrov or Humbert in the semi-finals. And we've got either Alex de Minaur, last year's finalist, Rune, Fritz or Shelton. I mean, it's really tough to pick on this one. Obviously, we don't know how their form will be on the grass. Obviously, we know the very top players, they can transfer their skills from the clay to the grass pretty quickly. Some of the others may take a few more matches. I mean, looking at the tournament and the way it's set up, I mean, if Andy Murray does go through, he could be facing, well, a really tough one second round, whoever it is. I don't know if Murray is going to do too well at this tournament. I think we could have a Raonic Fritz, though. That could be a really entertaining second round matchup. And I'm quite interested to see how Ben Shelton, he's got a good draw here. I think we could see Ben Shelton in a semi-final here. And maybe even a final. If he really plays well in those first few matches and the serve is really popping, I think Ben Shelton could make the final of Queens. Let me know in the comment section if you agree. And on the other side, I mean, for Alcaraz, it's a really tough section. I think he would have probably preferred the other side, if I'm honest. I think he beat Surrender, though. Draper, though, that's really, really tough. I think he can get past Draper, though. I think that he does have more pedigree than Draper, despite it being grass. I think it could be 3 sets, though. I think he'll outlast him. I could be proved wrong there, though. I mean, he is the reigning champion for a reason. And then let's have Dimitrov in here as well. I think we could see a Dimitrov versus Alcaraz semi-final on the other side, if I'm perfectly honest. I think we could see Alcaraz versus Shelton final, though. That's my personal opinion. And I think because he's just in such good form right now, I think Alcaraz is going to retain his title and be Queen's champion for a 2nd year running. But that's my prediction. Let me know your prediction in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, hit a like, subscribe, and join us for more tennis action coming up this weekend.